Alrighty, hey there guys, Adrian Gassi here, aka Jennifer95, coming at you guys with another video. So in this video, guys, it is going to be my NFL 2023 bracket picture. This is what I think, how I personally think that the NFL playoffs are going to go throughout the entirety of the year, and figure out who I predict is gonna win the Super Bowl. So if you guys do like this type of content and want to see more, obviously hit the like button below and subscribe if you guys are new to the channel. Also, if you guys could leave a comment letting me know who you guys think is going to win each game. Who do you have winning the Super Bowl? Do you agree with anything I've said? Let me know, guys. I would love to hear it. So, how I'm going to do this, guys, is I'm going to start in the AFC side here. Then we're going to go through the conference title game to pick the AFC representative. Then we'll go to the NFC, pick their representative, and then I'll say who I think is going to win the Super Bowl based on those. So let's start off with the Jacksonville Jaguars. So the Jaguars and Chargers both have really good teams. They've got quarterbacks making playoff debuts. Somebody's got to give, and I think the Chargers are going to win this game. I think once they're starting to get healthy again, although Mike Williams is definitely, I think he got carted off in the game, in their Week 18 game, so he may not be able to play. But assuming he does play, because I'm going to assume he will be able to, I'm going to take the Chargers. But if not, I will actually say that the Jaguars are going to win. So I'm actually going to go with the Jaguars winning this game. No, what? No, we'll stick with the Chargers. We'll stick with the Chargers. My apologies. So next, moving on to the 3 and 6 matchup between the Bengals and Ravens. This is going to be an easy click for the Bengals for me. The Bengals can absolutely run over Baltimore. And as good of a team as Baltimore is, and I do think that there are players on that team that should be getting more recognition that they are, like Marlon Humphrey, for example. I think he is having an all-pro caliber year. Cincinnati's offense is way too good. Cincinnati's offensively is just so good, with T. Higgins, Jamar Chase, and Joe Burrow, as well as having guys like Joe Mixon as a good dual threat running back. I do think that personally the Bengals could easily drop 30 plus points on this team, and I think they will. Also, I forgot to mention how much I think they're going to win by. I think the Chargers are going to win by at least 10, and then the Bengals, I'm predicting at least 2 scores. And then the Bills and Dolphins, I think the Bills are going to win this game. The Bills, I think, could easily, again, much like the Ravens, could easily drop 40 on the Dolphins. However, the Ravens defense could put up a much bigger fight against their team than the Dolphins can against their matchup. So therefore, I'm going to sit here and say that the Bills are going to win this game. And I personally think that the Bills are going to win this game by at least 3 scores. Like maybe 20, maybe like 26. They're going to blow out Miami. This is probably one of those games that's going to be done by halftime, so it is what it is with that. So now we move on to the Bills and Bengals. Now, this was supposed to be a matchup in Week 17 until the unfortunate incident. But with the Bills and Bengals, this is going to be this can be a shootout. This is going to be a very good shootout. But I do think the Bills are going to win this game. I think the defensively, I think the Bills are going to have a scheme in place to slow down this offense, because I do think that the Bills defense has that potential, as they are very, very talented and very, very well coached of a defense overall. Even though they do not have Von Miller, they're still very, very good on that side of the ball. And I do think that the Bills can win this game over Cincinnati. Now we go on to the Chargers and Chiefs. I think I think the Bills are going to win this game by maybe 10 points at most. Chargers and Chiefs, I'm going to go with the Chiefs in this game. I'm going to pick them by at least 14. I think Mahomes and the offense are just going to be too much for the Chargers to handle. And I think that personally the Chiefs are going to win this game by 14, because I think that's just what I think, honestly. Which brings us to the conference title game and the inevitable third round between the Bills and Chiefs. And can the Bills finally overcome the Chiefs and win this game and get to their first Super Bowl since the 90s? No, they cannot. I think the Chiefs have their number, obviously. I know the Bills beat them in the regular season, yes. But the Chiefs beat them in the playoffs, and you know what? As great as Josh Allen and Mahomes are, and it will be a shootout, I think the Chiefs are going to win this game by like 3 or 4 points. It will be a very good game. It normally is. I know last year their game was insanely good. And so one of probably the greatest quarterback duel in playoff history I have ever seen. So definitely will, but I'll still take the Chiefs over them in this game. Now let's speak on to the NFC side. Cowboys and Buccaneers. Now, this is probably the biggest game I had the most debate on figuring out who I think is going to win this one. Because on one hand, I do think the Bucs can pull this off because they have Tom Brady, and you never want to bet against a team with Tom Brady. And also, the Cowboys do find a way to fucking blow it every year. It is amazing to me. At least last year, they freaking blew it. But then again, the Cowboys are a good team as well. But honestly, I'm going to pick the Buccaneers to win this game. I think Tom Brady is Tom Brady, and I do think that the Bucs will win this game and move on to the next round. I really want the Cowboys to be good, but I feel like somehow, some way, the Cowboys are gonna fuck it up and they are gonna lose this game. So now let's move on to the Vikings and Giants. And I want nothing more to slam the Giants on this one, guys. I want nothing more to say Giants on this game. But I need to be realistic. I'm going to go with the Vikings. I think the Vikings just can handle the Giants pretty easily, which sucks because I want nothing more than to see Kirk Cousins fail be exposed for the fraud he is. I'm just kidding on that. Or maybe I am not. Who knows? Am I? Am I? Maybe I am. Maybe I'm not. Who knows? But I do think the Giants can absolutely win this game. Because the Vikings can win this game because I just think the Vikings are the better team over the Giants. And then the Seahawks and Niners. Now again, I want nothing more than to click the Seahawks and see them go on to the divisional round to play the Eagles. But I do think the Niners can absolutely win this game. Are going to win this game. Buccaneers and Cowboys I think is going to be by at least a touchdown. Giants and Vikings, this game might be over by halftime. And then same with the Niners and Seahawks. I think this game will be over by halftime as well. So overall, I do think that, the Niners are best defense in the NFL in the playoffs this year. And, they probably have the personnel to shut down a lot of offenses, apart from one, which I'll get to, obviously, when we get there. So let's move on to the Eagles and Buccaneers, a rematch of last year's wild card round. And I think the Eagles are going to take this game. The Bucs do actually have, again, you can't bet against a guy like Tom Brady. However, I don't think the Eagles can lose. I don't think the Eagles are going to lose this game. First of all, it's in Philly, in front of that raucous, passionate fan base. And secondly, the Buccaneers are just not healthy enough to stand up to the Eagles, especially with the best defense in at least the best secondary in the NFL. I just don't think they can do it. And then Vikings and Niners, I'm going to go with the San Francisco 49ers. This team, I think personally, they will make quick work of the Vikings. I think this game will be close between the Bucs and Eagles. I think the Bucs will win. The Eagles will win this game by, actually, I won't say close. They'll win this game by like double digits. Pardon me. And then the Niners Vikings, this game is going to be over by halftime. The Vikings are going to get absolutely shellacked in front of millions. And oh boy, am I going to be happy when that does happen. Or will I? Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. Anyways, so then let's move on to the Eagles and Niners NFC title game. Look, both teams are really, really good. Clearly, they're the best. They're the two best seeds in the conference. However, I'm going with the Eagles. Well, the defense of the Niners will keep them in the game. And it will be a very low-scoring game, in my opinion. If these two meet up, it'll probably be a low-scoring game. I just don't think Brock Purdy has the ability to go into Philly and win an NFC title game in his first as a rookie and get them to the Super Bowl this year. I just don't think he can do it. Personally, I think that the Niners are going to lose this game. It'll be very, very close. Like, I think it'll be like less than like a touchdown, maybe like a field goal. But ultimately, I'm picking the Eagles to win this game. Which brings us to the Super Bowl and the inevitable clash between the two best teams in the conference. Eagles, Chiefs. It's going to be a bad game. I think the Chiefs are going to win this game. The Chiefs are built for the Super Bowl. The Eagles, experience-wise, are not. And I do think that's where it's going to come into effect. I understand guys like Brandon Graham and Fletcher Cox have Super Bowl experience, and also Darius Slay has been around for a while. However, Devonta Smith, A.J. Brown, Jalen Hurts, Dallas Goedert, I think Dallas Goedert is a young player, I don't know. But those three are not. Those three guys are not, and I do think the offense is going to struggle a little bit against the Chiefs. And the Chiefs defense is really, really good. So ultimately, I'm going to pick the Chiefs to win this game. I do think it'll be a 10-point game loss. But this experience for the Eagles will be good because then that can be useful for them next year. But that is the end of the video, guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Do you agree? Do you disagree? I know some Eagles fans are going to be upset that I didn't let them have them win in the Super Bowl, but ultimately, hey, who knows, right? You got 4 wins to glory, but actually 3. But I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm out. Peace.